everyone and welcome to NRL Tonight. I'm Sam Squires. It is great to have your company this Friday. Less than 48 hours until the Las Vegas Spectacular. Here is what's making news today. Thousands of NRL fans flocked to Fremont Street to catch a glimpse of the 6 teams ahead of the Las Vegas Extravaganza, as the players embrace the bright lights before locking in with only 2 sleeps left until game day. And back home, the Bunnies look to lock down Master Coach Wayne Bennett until the end of 2028. As we have all that and plenty more to come on the show, but we of course start in Las Vegas, where rugby league fans have well and truly taken over Sin City. So too has our reporter Jim Callinan. He's there and is here for us live. He's been following all the days, big events and big stories. Jimmy, always a pleasure to see you. The atmosphere is electric. Let's talk about the Cowboys. They really bought into it today.
They all did, Sam. Hello to you, hello to everyone. Yeah, whoever said there's no place like home has not been to Fremont Street in old Las Vegas a couple of days out of the opening round of the NRL. It has been an extraordinary few hours here, and one of the great events that leads up to the opening round. Fans really get around this, and in number, 16,000 of them, Sam, they estimate, crammed into the streets here around Fremont Street, because you have to get on a few different street corners just to get a view of what's going on. But it was an incredible atmosphere, and all the players really lean into it. Yes, in terms of the 4 NRL teams that are here, it was the North Queensland Cowboys, the first of the 4 Aussie sides that turned up. They got to walk the red carpet, and they really fed off the atmosphere that was here with all the fans. Murray Taulagi got right into the mood as well, showing off some of his dance moves. And we know he's got fancy footwork, but I haven't seen moves like this from Murray Taulagi for a while. It was quite extraordinary to see as they... When you consider, Sam, this is still only a few days out of match day. You don't see this from any NRL team on an ordinary day, but this is no ordinary build-up to a match, of course, as we know. But the Cowboys, they're really leaning into it ahead of their crucial match against the Knights.
Ultimate stitch-up. I stuffed right in a bit in the gym and we're at training, and now they ultimate stitch-up. I've got to get them back now.
How good's this for a prep go? This is amazing. What was the feeling like for you walking through all that?
Yeah, it's so surreal. The feeling of football is back, and I'm so excited to go and represent this club on Saturday night.
That's a good stage to show your moves.
Yeah, I know. The boys put me on the spot, and we'll see how we go.
All right, that's about Saturday. All the right moves then, mate. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we are ready. I think the boys have been knuckling down in the preparation, and I think we're just ready to go firing on Saturday night.
So they laid down the challenge, Sam, to their opponents this weekend, that being the Newcastle Knights. When it comes to the dance-off, and Greg Marju, didn't he answer in spades? I don't think his coach Justin Holbrook enjoyed what he was seeing, but he might have suffered a minor heart attack when he saw Greg Marju perform a backflip on stage. But he's okay. No dramas there. Greg Marju, a very noted dancer amongst the teammates. So he was out there, and boy, didn't the fans absolutely love that. And then some of their best moves. Bradman Best, he got in the spirit of things as well. Maybe not as fancy as Greg Marju, but he's certainly bought into the atmosphere and the environment. And that really has been noted from all the teams, Sam. They really have bought into this connection with fans and this event itself, which is built year on, and the Knights certainly made sure they soaked it up as well. So, Bradman, where else are you performing this week in Las Vegas? That was some great moves.
No, I'm done now. That's me done.
Mate, that was really good fun. What was the experience like for you and the guys?
It was unreal. Obviously walking the strip there on the red carpet, the atmosphere here, it's so buzzy, it's mad.
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, obviously felt like a rock star up there. Unreal. No, I knew it was going to be massive, but this is so overwhelming in a good way. To see so many and hear the Newcastle cheer go up when the boys got off the bus, it was so good.
Yeah, some impressive and some interesting dance moves. I heard about yours too, Jimmy. We'll keep those off the show and just for our goof reel. But while those 2 clubs enjoy the bright lights, let's just say all eyes remain on this big clash between the Bulldogs and the Dragons.
Yeah, very much so. Hotly anticipated. mostly from Bulldogs fans, because no one is really genuinely giving those in the red V much of a chance. But certainly that is not the feeling amongst those within St George Illawarra. In fact, I reckon they don't mind the fact that no one's giving them much of a chance. They're really leaning into that as well. They had their moments on stage as well, but how lucky is a guy like Damien Cook? This is the second time he's got to experience this in just 3 years. The first one was a couple of years ago when he was filling out the jumper of the Rabbitohs, of course. Now he's back in the famous red V. But how quickly this has grown as an experience both here and on match day. Well, he was the best one to be able to work it out, because when we chatted to him, he said this has only grown even bigger.
Compared to a couple of years ago, crazy experience, mate. How many fans are here? It's a massive credit to them.
Honestly, how does it rate from the last time you were here?
Oh, I can't even put it into words. It's so much bigger. Even everything else that's going on around the week for rugby league fans and us, it's it's gotten better and better every year.
G'day team, sorry it's getting a bit loud here on Fremont Street. I'm making a few new friends as well. They don't realise we're live on television back in Australia. But anyway, let's get on to the Bulldogs, who are the team that they are playing, of course. And as mentioned, they are the ones that everyone think are going to win. So I'm getting some colourful commentary here on the side. Let's get to Stephen Crichton, because the Bulldogs, no doubt, they are the ones who have brought the most fans, the most noise. It's all packaged in blue and white. And Stephen Crichton knows now the team has the chance to repay that dedication and that faith of coming all the way to Las Vegas. Is there anyone left at Belmore? It feels like they're all here.
Yeah, feels like it and sounds like it as well. Very excited, but it's good to. All good. Good. Very excited to be here, part of the occasion as well. So it's crazy, eh?
I think it's pretty clear now. You've got the biggest supporter base here.
We knew that they were going to come in numbers, but we're very excited for it, and we're very grateful for the fans that we have here and the fans that travelled over as well. So it's very exciting as well, but keen for it too.
And mate, how do you switch off from this and get ready for a game in a couple of days?
It's in the boys' prep. We've already kind of spoken about it, but it's good. Thank you, brother. Yeah, of course. I'm very excited for the occasion, and it's nothing if we don't come away with the 2 points.
Of course, one of the big stories remains that of Lockie Galvin. Just 20, of course, he's underage. You can't actually enjoy all the things that Las Vegas does have on offer, Sam, but he's the only Bulldog that hasn't spoken. They've kept him on a media ban. We know the story about how he joined mid-season last year from the Tigers to the Bulldogs, and now the job is for him to form a great partnership with Matt Burton and to hit the ground running as a Bulldog. We got some great vision of Lockie Galvin. He was a man in demand, but for now, they're very keen just to let his actions speak louder than words.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's an atmosphere I've never witnessed before. The English fans, they certainly know how to celebrate sport.
Incredible, yeah, outstanding. I mean, the Aussie fans are good, but the English fans are so loud, it's unreal.
All right, so the English Super League teams too, Sam, they very well supported, as we know, of course. Hull KR, the Club World Champs, and Leeds, they got absolutely a great reception from all their fans as well. Gee, it's good fun. They start singing, there's a counter song, they reply. It's been a really good build-up, and Hull KR, as the World Club Champs, are here to play. They beat the Broncos only a week ago. Now, of course, it's about earning points. It's only the second game in the English Super League season for them. Neither they or Leeds won in the first round, so there's a bit of pressure here now to capitalise on all that. But Willie Peters, an Australian coach of Hull KR, and Brad Arthur, the Australian coach of Leeds. A real Aussie flavour in this one. That'll be the first of the 3 games we show on Fox League on Sunday. But they too enjoying the sights and sounds here in Fremont Street as well.
And Jimmy, you have done an impeccable job so far. Mate, you still have 2 days to go. I am a little bit concerned about your voice. Hang in there. You enjoy that atmosphere. And thanks so much for joining us here on NRL Tonight and giving us your update. Well, time now to welcome in today's guest to chat more about what else is happening in the rugby league world. He is, of course, Coast Sports reporter Tyson Jackson, also known as News Corp's unluckiest journo not to be making the trip over to Vegas as well. It looks pretty good, but let's not talk about that too much. Let's talk about this. Peter V'landys, he's already highlighted that he wants to take a Vegas-like extravaganza to other parts of the world, Abu Dhabi, Wembley, Japan. For you, mate, you couldn't go on this trip this year, but for you, if you were to go anywhere in the world and to report on the opening round of the NRL, where do you want to see a Vegas-like extravaganza go?
It's a pretty tough question when PVL's named pretty much almost every major city, you know. For me personally, massive American sports fan. Let's stick to America. I'd love to see the game go to Miami. Some great venues there that can get the job done. Beaches are great, people are great there, and you know, a bit of culture about it. So.
American culture. So
American
you keep it in
culture.
America.
Yeah.
All right, you'll get over there eventually. Don't worry about
Hopefully.
that. Let's talk about this. A report in the Daily Telegraph today that the NRL has sent clubs notification of an 11th hour rule interpretation change. Run us through the main ones and how they may affect what we'll see this weekend.
Yeah, well, the three I'll highlight is the disruptor rule, the rules around stealing the ball, so stripping and mid-air tackles. I think the rules, well, the clarifications they sent around stripping and mid-air tackles are pretty self-explanatory. Pretty much if someone's in the air, you don't tackle them, don't touch them, or else you're probably going to be in a bit of trouble. Stripping the ball, that's going to be determined on the defensive player's actions. So they're going to really be looking at those finer details where sometimes we see things go, you know, probably the way they shouldn't and people get away with it. They're probably going to be looking a little bit closer at those. But the disruptors, they came into the competition a couple of years ago. The NRL really cracked down on it. And it upset a couple of people, right? Because it's quite a subjective thing to look at. You're determining whether a player has, you know, is jumping for a ball and is actually competing or trying to disrupt the play. So, look, I think if they're going to crack down on it again, it's going to cause the same issues that it caused that first time. It also might, you know, deflect people from going up for a ball and catching and getting some of those, you know, extravagant things that we're promoting over in Vegas at the moment. But they're the three major ones. The disruptor, obviously, though, will have a lot of eyes on it, especially on Sunday's games.
All right. Well, the Rabbitohs players are determined to keep Wayne Bennett, the oldest coach in NRL history, as the club look to lock down his future. The 76-year-old is currently contracted until the end of 2027, but Souths are already in talks for a one-year extension into 2028.
Yeah, it's awesome, mate. Look what he's done already. You know, we love him as a coach and the club loves him and we love having him around. So the longer he stays, the better the place is.
Yeah, he does. He still has his nap every now and then, but he's still got his energy and still got his charisma, and he's still got his wisdom that he sort of provides in each sort of meeting. So I think he'll be the oldest coach ever.
The other big question on everyone's lips is who will make up the Bunnies' halves pairing. Cody Walker will be there, but who he partners with is yet to be revealed. 22-year-old Ashton Ward, an early front-runner.
Yeah, well, he's always been this skinny type of kid that just goes about his business, and what he was able to achieve just getting an opportunity at the back end of last year. He's a tough young kid. There's not much of him, and he just gets his body in front of some big back rollers, and he's 60, 70 kilos. That's not real big. But yeah, he just goes about his business and he has a crack.
As for Walker's future, he insists he isn't even thinking about it. The 36-year-old is off contract at the end of this season. Tyson, can you see Wayne ever giving this game away? He'd be coaching from a coffin, wouldn't he? But he will be 78 when he finishes that contract extension, should he get it. You know, we've got world leaders who are older and still changing up world order. But is it telling here, in a very rugby league way, that Souths are only thinking about a one-year extension?
Yeah,
Wayne?
look, I think there's a lot of options for Wayne as well, right? He's a coach that no matter what he does, he can almost guarantee himself a job somewhere. We've got new teams coming in. We've got the game's expanding every single day, but no, I don't see Wayne Bennett ever giving it up, to be honest. Like, if I'm 78 years old and I'm still sitting behind this desk with you, there's probably a bit of concern there. So, you know, but Wayne loves the game, right? And it's all he knows. So, yeah, look, as long as he can get the job done, if he can get the Souths team firing, they'll keep giving him one-year extensions. The one-year extensions, there's no lie, it's because of his age. You'd think the signing of Payne Haas probably gave him a bit extra leg room as well. But, yeah, I see one-year extensions probably keep coming and Wayne Bennett probably keep staying as well.
I can imagine he would hate a one-year extension, just the thought of that and what that could signify as well.
Yeah, I think as well, but he likes to move around. He's not a one-club person, you know. He's been almost everywhere in his long career. I think maybe in a couple of years that Papua New Guinea job looks pretty appealing for Wayne. So maybe the one-year extension might lead to a big payday down the track. You never know.
Awesome. Well, still question marks on who will partner Cody Walker in the halves. Who do you see here getting the call up?
Look, the first 2 rounds, obviously, Jamie Humphries is going to be suspended. I think if he's fit, Jayden Sullivan will get the nod. He's done the job before. He was brought in to be that guy. But if not, Ashton Ward. I mean, he came in last year, did a really good job. And, people want to talk about his size and that. When Jonathan Thurston came into the competition all those years ago, he was a small player. People said he would get run over the top of, but you know what? If he's ready and there's no better option, Ashton Ward should get the first crack, and he'll probably show us all why he deserves it.
Now, another story dropped this afternoon that Shark Centre. Jesse Ramian is being shopped to the Storm as their contingency plan for Lomax if they don't get him. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, look, like the Zach Lomax saga feels like it's been going forever, but really it's only been a couple of weeks.
And we're only at the start.
I know,
really.
Exactly, and we haven't even hit court yet.
Yes.
So. But look, if Zach Lomax falls through the Storm, they're quite skinny in that section of the field, the centres. They've got Jack Howarth, they've got Nick Meaney, but they're probably just looking for that little bit of extra spark, that little bit of X factor. The injury to Xavier Coates as well. A lot of question marks around the Storm outside back. So Jesse Ramian coming in, he's off contract soon at the Sharks, and the Sharks they're gonna probably have a clear out at the end of this year anyway. So. I think for both sides it would work. The Sharks get rid of Ramian, who's taking up a bit of cap space for him, and they're probably looking for something a bit fresh. And Ramian gets to bring his experience to this Melbourne side, which do have the ability to be contenders this year. And yeah, I think it's a win for both teams, but I think Melbourne definitely wants Zach Lomax, and the more that this fight keeps going with Parramatta, I think just to stick it to Parramatta, they want to get Lomax by the end of it anyway.
Yeah, it's really interesting that, of course, I think we'll be chatting about a lot more on NRL tonight this season. But staying on the Sharks, Sifa Talakai could be on the move. Yeah,
look, we reported today in the Telegraph that Talakai, it looks to be done. He's going to Perth, and it's a massive pickup for Perth, not because of, obviously, the X factor that Talakai brings, but his versatility, right? They're a side that's trying to find their feet, trying to fill as many spots as possible. So Talakai coming in and getting that role, you could see him in the centres, you could see him playing second row, you could even see him in the middle of the field. So it's a huge pickup for Perth and Talakai as well, who, like I said, that massive exodus, the Sharks players that are probably on the outer there, he's one of them. He's off contract at the end of the year, and huge pickup for Perth in their first season next year.
Huge hole for Sharks to fill as well, should he go that way. We'll stay with us here on NRL tonight. We're off to a quick break. When we come back, Knights' new recruit Dylan Brown opens up on his $1 million move to Newcastle. Don't go anywhere. You're watching NRL tonight.
Get this out of the way, 13 million for 10 years. To talk to your family, what was their reaction?
My dad laughed, actually.
Did he?
He goes, what?
Dylan Brown is set to earn in excess of $1.3 million a year.
You sure you're going to go ahead with this deal? You can't refuse that money.
The price tag, the other people talk about pressure. Do you feel pressured?
I think something they talk about a lot is like pressure is a privilege.
Yeah.
The price tag, the pressure that comes with that, I don't think it bothers him, which is a great thing.
You, yourself, Fletcher, Callinan, mate, that's an enormous running threat.
Freedom's something they're driving a lot. He wants us just playing what we see.
They'll be cheering this bloke next year. They're not cheering him now.
6'7". That's what all the young people are doing. Originally, Sander was named in the 7. You're going to play 7.
Yeah, I don't mind it. When I spoke to Justin, I'm slowly taking that sort of responsibility upon myself to be a better leader.
Brown stepping again. Dylan Brown, what a game!
Look, we had a good series, so I think the challenge for me is, finding my voice a bit more, especially in a new team.
Yes, I cannot wait for that. Knights recruit Dylan Brown chats and Matty Johns on a special Vegas edition of Face to Face, opening up on his big money deal to join Newcastle in his switch to the number 7 jersey for this weekend's showdown. You, of course, can catch it on Channel 502 at 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time tonight. Welcome back, though, to NRL Tonight. I'm Sam Squires. Well, the Knights, they've remained coy about their interest in signing New South Wales Origin prop Mitch Barnett. The 31-year-old will depart the Warriors at the end of this season after being granted an early release due to personal reasons. Barnett is a former Knight, having spent 7 seasons in Newcastle, with speculation a return could be on the cards.
Well, I'd imagine so, but I haven't had an opportunity to discuss that with Justin or Peter O'Sullivan. And there's a lot going on this week with this game, with the build-up. we've got next weekend off after we play this game, so that'll give us a little bit of time to have a discussion. It'll be a discussion whether it goes anywhere. We'll work that out as we go.
In his time at Newcastle, Barnett played 126 games, scoring 21 tries. Well, let's bring back to the desk our Code Sports journo, Tyson Jackson. Let's talk about Dylan Brown first. He's a cool cat, and we heard in the promo there people saying, Brandy actually saying it doesn't seem that price tag to bother him. Is that possible? Would he actually be feeling the pressure that his price tag has given him?
I don't think it's the price tag that brings the pressure. Like, you're an NRL player, right? He's got a job to be in that team as a $150,000 player has a job to be in a team. Every week they want to go out, they want to play. There'll be pressure from the fans, there'll be pressure from journos, but I don't think the pressure of the price tag will be sitting in Dylan Brown. So good on him, take the money, play well, but I don't think the pressure changes no matter how much money you run because you're in the NRL at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you have to play well, 100%.
You have to play well all the time.
You have to start strongly as well, but you cannot have an off week when you're worth $13 million at all.
If I had $13 million, I'd do whatever I want.
Yeah, okay, take that. All right, well, Brown in the 7 jersey with, of course, Fletcher Sharp is another big talking point. No Sandon Smith. Many are surprised at that. What do you think of the move? And could Holbrook possibly pull an 11th hour change here? Could that still be on the cards, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a big possibility. You could see Fletcher Sharp move to the wing, Greg Mahus might drop out, and then Sandon Smith comes back in. Whatever Justin Holbrook decides to do, he needs to stick with for the year. If you're going to go with Dylan Brown and Fletcher Sharp, give it time to work. If you're going to go with Sandon Smith and Dylan Brown, give it time to work. Because like you said, that pressure that's coming, that price tag, make Dylan Brown's life as easy as possible, right? And give him someone to stay with. Don't swap and change like they've done for the last couple of years. But there's every possibility because they need that guy, that controlling half, so then Dylan Brown can play his best footy. Fletcher Sharp isn't that, but we'll see what their game plan is come Sunday. Peter
Parr spoke to Jim Callinan in Vegas there, and as we said, he was, just keeping mum really on Mitch Barnett. Knights are the obvious choice. It is part of his home network, and with the reasons that he wants to move back home, you can see that he would move there. Do you believe, Peter Parr, that they haven't really talked about it yet and hasn't really come into any conversations there in Knights territory?
No.
At all.
Mitch Barnett's such a great player. As soon as a story comes out that he wants to come back home and be around family and that, you got to think Newcastle need a front rower. They need that dominant powerhouse in their forward pack. And Mitch Barnett ticks every box in that criteria. So, I don't believe that for 1 second.
No. And just quickly, given the releases on compassionate grounds, could we see him come a little bit sooner than next year, do you think?
I don't think so. Mitch Barnett, he'll stick pretty clear to his word and he'll stick pretty strong to, staying with the Warriors for the year. He'll probably want to finish on a high. So I think we don't see him leave the Warriors until the end of the year.
Well, thank you, Tyson, for your insights there. I've enjoyed having you on the show. It's been great. Thank you to everyone. Right, don't forget, Fox Sports News has your sports headlines all night long on Channel 500. Thanks again. And of course, enjoy this weekend's Las Vegas season opener.